Hey everybody, it's Paul from Alexandria Knife Sharpening, Laser Engraving. So another little improvement to the shop today. One thing I had always in my other shop, I had some extension cords that kind of went across the ceiling and came down. I always like to use them on my Tormex that I have and my 1x30 that I have on tool cabinets that I kind of slide around on this piece of indoor-outdoor carpet. And I've always found that gives them a really stable base, and it also gives me the ability to move things around the shop and get them out of the way. But I use them all the time, so I kind of need them there. And I never really loved my electrical cord setup, so I decided to put in one of these, and it is a retractable extension cord. So the main thing here is you just want to make sure you have a joist that you're in. I made one little mistake. I actually had it turned the wrong way when I initially put this in. I wasn't paying attention, and I thought the clamp went the other way, and it actually went the opposite. So I was a little too far away. I wanted to make sure my cord was tight, but not having too much slack. So I had to move it over a little bit more to the right. But I'm pretty good with that. You can see it can be taken down with some simple, it's got a little cotter pin in there. You pull that pin. But I'm pretty excited about that because it'll be really useful just for a lot of stuff. And also for just, if I have to do stuff out in front of the shop and I need electrical, I can pull this out there because it is, let's see how long this cord is. It's 30 foot. So it's a 30-foot extension cord, which should be pretty good for getting out to like my car area. But that's it. So that's all that was. And yeah, basically it's like any other retractable thing. You just kind of pull it out till you get what you need. And then it locks. And then when you want it to go back in, you kind of give it a quick pull. And it just retracts right back up and hangs down there. Just enough out of the way so that it's not smacking you in the head all the time. But when you do need it, you can just pull it down. And I purposely left my one outlet. So this was where my garage door opener goes into. I had that one available outlet plug there that I did want to use for the pull down electrical. And so that's where that's going to go. And that's going to be the main cord I use when I plug in my Tormex and my 1x30s. And there's 3 outlets on this cord, which is perfect because I'm usually using the 2 Tormex and sometimes the 2x42. And that gives me enough to plug in all 3 right there. The aluminum pull down stairs are done. You can see they look great. I did some more painting yesterday. I fixed up the ceilings. I put in one more fluorescent light over here. Same kind of thing. What I did was I just converted the old one to a regular socket that has a plug in it if needed, but I basically don't need it. They barely draw any electricity, but I have plenty of light down here now. So there's a lot of light in the shop. And let me just show you the finished upstairs. Lots and lots of space up here. I had them go as far all the way over because I wanted to have plenty of storage for anything that I needed. And it's looking great. And they did a great job insulating it. I checked it this morning and it was the warmest the shop had ever been in the morning. I came up here to see there was a good bit of cold up top here. So that thermal barrier, putting the fiberglass insulation under here was a great idea. And I think we're going to be just in fantastic shape once we get the Mitsubishi mini split in. All right, so let's give you kind of a finished look at the end of that one project, which was the pull down stairs. You can see it looks really great. I finished the lighting. I finished all the painting up there. So that strip that I had up there where I had to repaint and touch up, that's all taken care of. The room is nice and cleared out. You can see I got some good space in here again. Got a whole bunch of garden tools over there in that wagon I got to work on. I'm still trying to find out whether I want to get rid of this. It's like a desk, a stand-up desk type of thing. I had some things in mind for it, but it hasn't really worked out great, and it might be just leaving here altogether. Here's the Tormek and 2x42 section in the middle. The pull down extension cord is all finished. You can see it's in. I did some Japanese knives yesterday and it worked out great. Did some EDCs, was super happy with this setup. Like I said, I can move these around. I keep them on little sliders, and having the indoor-outdoor carpet just makes it super easy for me to slide these around wherever I want, but it's a nice stable base for working on. I wanted to show you one other thing that I picked up the other day that I've been really happy with, and that is this little blower. So this is like a duster, but it's the strongest little duster that I have ever used. So it comes with these 3 different attachments to it. So you got like the little brush if you're cleaning out like computer parts or keyboards. It's got this little nozzle. This one's for filling kids' floats and toys and things like that. But I think I'm going to cut it off and just make it a real fine, pointed, tiny one. But I wanted to show you guys this. This thing blew me away. And let me see if my old one, I've gone through like 3 or 4 of these things over time. Let me see if I can find my other ones. Okay, so here's my old one. And this one's great too, but this one is just, it's one single speed. So it's got one button, you press it, and it blows. And it only has one attachment to it, it's magnetic. And it's great, like for just a general dust blowing. And a lot of times what I'll do is I'll blow the equipment off to help the downdraft table, because a lot of times the metal, you can see it will still fill up kind of around here. It pulls it down, but it doesn't necessarily just get it all in there. And occasionally what I'll do is I'll like to blow it and kind of help it out and see if I can get in there. You can see it kind of blew that away. If you're not careful, it kind of blows it all over the room. What I love about this new one, so we're back. Sorry, I accidentally turned the camera off. So to turn this on, you press and hold this button down at the bottom and it turns on and it shows you how much battery life it has left. But what I really like about this one is it has full variable speed control. So you can turn it up by sliding this up and you can see it's on really light right now. And that's great for when I want to kind of clean stuff off or help get things down, blown down into the crevices on here. I can just kind of lightly move the dust around without blowing it all over the room. But if I need something really strong, I can crank it all the way up. And when I tell you this thing is strong, look at the really hitting the belts. And I'm a good probably 10 feet from it. So it is the strongest one of these that I have ever used. It is like incredibly powerful. I love that it doesn't have to be incredibly powerful all the time, that I can have this just nice, gentle breeze blowing out of it if I want. So that's a really nice feature that you don't see in most other dusters. Now, this one was a bit more expensive than this other one that I showed you, and I'll give you links to both of these. So this one I've used for a long time too, and this one works great too. If you don't have variable speed control, what you can do is just kind of back off from, you know, where you're blowing and just kind of make sure you're not right on top of it. This one works great. Not as much control as that one. So if I'm just doing general blowing stuff out, but you know, this one works really well for that too. But this thing's just amazing. It is really, really powerful. And they also work with no cap on too. So you don't have to use the little directional cap. If you really want a big current of air, you can do this. I think you can hear, it almost sounds like a jet engine. I wonder if I got any leaves outside. I do. You know what? I'm gonna go outside and just show you how powerful this one is. Let's take both of them outside. I'll show you real quick. Okay, so here's my cheaper one, a little less powerful, but I mean, you can use this thing also to blow off your car and just to clean things out. I'm going to show you how strong this one is. It says it's 30 amp and it's a 200 watt at 7.4 volts. And you'll see, I mean, it has no problem it'll blow leaves. You know, it's strong. And I've used it on my, you know, like car window and stuff like stuck in there when I've been cleaning. So if you're pretty close to stuff, you'll see it'll have no problem blowing things. You know, for dust and little things and cleaning out your car, it's pretty good. Well, let me show you the new one. All right, so here's the new one. We'll crank this up to full power. And this thing's practically like a small blower. So I would say this thing's probably, I don't know, to me it feels like it's maybe twice as strong as the other one, with the addition of the variable speed. So pretty cool. Very, very strong. Here we go. Here's a little table. Got some leaves on it. These are those little pain in the butt leaves that get stuck on everything. This is great for cleaning little stuff off. In the back, I get these little tiny leaves. Little skinny things, yeah. Let's test it on these. There you go. Look, right by my doorway. So, you know, definitely not its intended purpose to be your outside blower, but just to show you the strength of this thing is really quite strong. And if you just had a quick little cleanup or something you want to blow off, it does a nice job. And that's it. So that's the DOWYLIK little handheld variable speed blower. As always, in the description of the YouTube video, so if you go down, it usually says more. You click there, you'll see a paragraph below. I'll leave links to the few things that you saw in there. The DOWYLIK blowers, they have 3 different models. They have the one that I just showed you, which is their very best one. And then there's a variable speed that's a little less power just below it. And then there's one that's non-variable speed that's like $29, but they're great little blowers if you're interested in one of those. I'll also leave the link to the pull down extension cord. I've been really happy with that, and that's a really good one. It's also one that's been like 4 or almost 5 stars on Amazon for quite some time. Very affordable, and I've been really happy with how that's been working. So those links will be there if you're interested. And then I'll also, for those of you that haven't seen it before, I have on my website a kind of an ongoing link page that has links to just about all the things you see in my shop. Not absolutely everything. There's some things that I have missed here and there. I try and add them in, but it's mostly the Amazon links and stuff that's really easy to get through Amazon. I have all the Amazon links there. My landscapers just showed up, so it's time for me to quit because it's going to get really noisy in here. Have a great day, y'all.